stretching behind me, I paid my Bedouin guide and felt the gods smiling upon me. Spelunky. That fateful day was September 15th, 2015, when our illustrious hero, our illustrious hero, this guy wearing a panda hat, struck out into the mines, seeking fortune. He knew that there would be danger on the road ahead, but nothing could prepare him for the horrors that awaited him. He paused for a moment, contemplating his surroundings. Should he bomb through a wall, or should he continue his descent further into the mines? He decided to continue his descent. Carrying a stone, he threw it against some ancient pot, fearing that there might be something dangerous inside. It was empty. But when he threw it at the next pot, a poisonous green snake jumped out and struck him with his fangs. He was sure to do away with him quickly. The next victim of his stone was a bat. He heard the yelping cry of a damsel, and so he threw up a rope and climbed, and climbed, until he happened upon a dogie, who he called Otis, and carried down further into the mines. Somehow he felt obliged to save this helpless dog. But he also felt that this dog could serve usefully as a weapon, and he slayed many enemies by hurling the dog at them. Upon finding the exit to the mine's first level, he set the dog free and entered onto the next stage on his own. $100 down, and he had collected $14,700 worth of loot. Things were going well. With nary a scratch on his body, he continued on. But what was this? A spider 4 times the size of him. Would he brave the clutches of this horrible Shelob? Yes. For he had a feeling that if he could kill this monster, untold wealth might be at hand. And so he bravely and deftly began to stomp on its head. After planting his feet on the gigantic spider's back nearly a dozen times, it burst open, revealing a jar of glue and his weight in gold and jewels. Casually, after such a harrowing battle, Our illustrious hero found himself whipping his way through a number of smaller and less intimidating enemies. He hung from ledges, descending further into the mine. But what was this? But a shopkeeper. A man selling items that might be of use on his quest. He ignored him for now, choosing instead to explore further. He carried a locked chest and wasted a rope, trying to go up and retrieve the key. He managed to do so, however, and inside the chest was a magical artifact. He did not yet know what utility this artifact would hold, but he took it with him anyways, presuming that it might have some value. But what was this? But a terrible, evil spirit coming closer to him. Hesitating only for a moment to take a look at the beautiful spirit, he entered further into the cave, into the mine, onto level 3. The first thing he saw was a great cobra, a spitting snake. He whipped it to death along with several spiders. A scorpion the size of him also lurked, but just as deftly he whipped that to death as well. He threw a pot at an explosive, hoping that it might reveal untold treasures, but unfortunately, he did not reap such rewards. Sadly, our hero's face met the fangs of a green snake, but it wasn't enough to bring him down. He also faced the fangs of a bat and another green snake, but still he carried on. And onward our hero went deeper into the mines, carrying stones wherever he could find them. Knowing that they could serve as useful projectiles for advancing enemies. He broke open pots, fearing what might be inside them, but also curious enough to look. Skeletons came to life, and when he didn't kill them, he fled. Reaching the bottom level of the mine and seeing an exit and a shopkeeper, he chose to ignore the shopkeeper and go further into the depths of the mine. And so he entered the last level of this mine, and found himself soon in complete darkness. Thankfully, a torch laid before him, already lit, as if from some divine spirit. He whipped to death all of the snakes that laid in front of him, and bravely continued to explore. A torch, the only thing lighting his way. A man with a large belly button assaulted him. thankfully, our hero, after taking some damage, was able to whip him to death. And what did he find when he descended further but another yelping dog he quickly decided to take with him? A difficult task, as the darkness forced him to juggle a torch with whatever other companions or items he might choose to bring with him. Unfortunately, he met his end in the darkness, as a bat sank his teeth into his neck. He was not able to find the end of the mines, and he slowly bled to death in the darkness, with only $53,900 to his name. But hark! A new adventure lays before us. Gabriel Knight, the Beast Within, is coming soon. So, as the wise men have said, hold on to your butts.